What up? What up? Let's do a quick lesson. Connotative versus denotative. So connotation versus denotation. Linguistics. We're talking about words right now. All right. So connotative, that would be emotional. Tied to emotion. Denotative would be more tied to facts and logic. All right. So denotative would be the masculine energy. Connotative would be the feminine energy. All right. Because masculine energy is facts and logic. Feminine energy is opinions and emotions. All right. So denotative, we're going to tie that to facts and logic. Connotative, we're going to tie that to opinions and emotions. All right. So we want to know, does this word or these sentences bring us a positive connotation, right? Does it affect us emotionally in a positive way? Or does it affect us emotionally in a negative way? So if it's affecting us emotionally in a positive or a negative way, is it emotionally manipulating us? Is it emotionally influencing us in a positive way? All right, we're gonna say influence is tied to positivity, manipulation is tied to negativity. But sometimes manipulation can be tied to positivity, influence can be tied to negativity. All right, so it get deep, as above, so below, as within, so without. All right, so let's look at one like the word nigga, for example. Nigga. Nigga come from the word Niger, you know what I'm saying, which comes from the word black. It's a Spanish word for black. So nigga mean black. That's the denotative understanding, linguistics of the word. All right, so so nigga is a racial slur at times, but it's also a term of endearment for somebody, for one of your loved ones. All right, so that's the manipulation, emotional manipulation versus emotional influence. All right, so that's manipulation versus influence of the word nigga. How it make you feel when somebody say that's my nigga, or that nigga in a negative way. That's the negative connotation tied to the linguistics. So, but the denotative is that it's just a word that mean black. You see what I'm saying? So it doesn't make me feel any type of way emotionally, because operating from my masculine energy, I understand what the word actually means, so I don't have to be influenced or manipulated by it. I can walk in power in that way, from that masculine point of energy, which is following God. God is the truth. So we're gonna tie God to the denotative, and we're gonna tie anything lesser than God to the connotative. All right, emotional aspect of things. So when we moving in our structure and flow of the truth, being enlightened in the truth, now we connected with source. We can't be affected by words and their negative connotations. All right, the linguistics, the linguistics behind it. So another one would be like somebody calling you out your name, a bitch, right? Somebody like, shut up, bitch. Now that can make you mad, but why should it make you mad if a bitch is a female dog? Are you a female dog? Why does it make you mad? Because of the negative connotation tied to the word when somebody calls you that. You get what I'm saying? Emotionally manipulating you in that way, making you feel some type of way. Now they got power over you, using a wordplay, the power of words. You see what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, because of God and His truth, you don't have to let that overpower you. You can be like, you don't have to let that overcome you. You can be like, you know what? This word bitch, that means female dog. I'm not a female dog. They might be mad and trying to use it to emotionally manipulate me, but I know I'm not a female dog, so it's not going to emotionally manipulate me. And now I can move from the truth. You get what I'm saying? Instead of moving from my emotions, we shouldn't make decisions based on our emotions. We should make decisions based on the truth. Our emotions and opinions, which is our feminine energy, should be guided by our masculine energy, facts and logic, which is guided by God, source. You get what I'm saying? So we can make sure, because God is good, now we make sure the trajectory of things are headed into a positive direction by overcoming the negative connotations of things, by looking at the positive or even neutral, the denotative aspects of things. That's how we overcome the negative connotation of things. Now, some things can have a positive connotation to them. You get what I'm saying? But it could be a negative denotative tied to it. So now you gotta ask yourself, am I selling my soul because of the positive connotation that's tied to this, or do I know the truth, and morally and valuably I should honor the truth? You get what I'm saying? Don't let your feelings override you in that way neither. Power of linguistics, you get what I'm saying? Power of words. So that's connotative versus denotative. Denotative masculine energy, connotative feminine energy, positive connotations, negative connotations, you know what I'm saying? Facts and logic, opinions and emotions, manipulation versus influence. A few dualities in there for you. That's what's up. I say.